All right, we're going to do Possum Come, a-Knockin' at the Door. It was written by Nancy Van Laan and illustrated by George Booth. Can you see all the possum feet? Do you know what a possum is? If you don't, you might want to look it up. We have possums in our backyard. Some baby ones, they're lots of fun. But don't touch. Possum come a-knockin' at the door, at the door. Possum come a-knockin' at the door. Granny was a-sittin' and a-rockin' and a-knittin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Ma was busy cooking in the kitchen making taters when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Pa was busy fixin' and a-bangin' and a-poundin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Pappy was a-whittlin' making play toys for the baby when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Do you hear the same words coming every time? You can say them with me if you want to. Sis was tossing baby while Pappy was a-whittlin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Brother was untangling all the twiny line for fishin' while Sis was tossing baby and Pappy was a-whittlin' and Pa was busy fixin' and Ma was busy cookin' and Granny was a-knittin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Coon dog was a-twitchin' and a-scratchin' in the corner when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Tomcat started sniffin' and a-spittin' and a-hissin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. What's that? Sis said. Don't know, Brother said. What's that? Pa said. Don't know, Granny said. But that cat, she said, that cat ought to go. Then dogs started sniffing and a-pawing and a-growling while the cat tail a-twishin' was a-hissin' and a-howlin', making Granny stop a-knittin' and Pappy stop a-whittlin' and Baby start a-fussin', Sis and Brother start a-cussin' 'cause little old Possum was knockin' at the door. What's that? Granny said. Don't know, Pappy said. What's that? Ma said. Don't know, Pa said. Then I creepy crossed the floor and peeked under the door. It's a possum come a-knockin' at the door, I said. It's a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Then Brother came a-leapin' and Sis came a-runnin' and Baby came a-crawlin' and Dog started howlin' and Pappy was a-chucklin' and Granny's eyes were twinkling and Ma followed Pa to the door. Now hush, Pa said. Now hush, Ma said. And slowly Pa opened up the door. Now y'all stop your hollerin', your fussin' and your cussin', 'cause there's nothing knocking at the door. No possum, Pappy said. No possum, Pa said. No possum, Granny said. No possum, Ma said. Then we all started doing as before. Granny was a-sittin' while Pappy was a-whittlin'. Ma was a-cookin' while Pa was a-fixin'. Brother was untangling while Sis was tossing baby. Coon dog was a-scratchin' while Tomcat was a lickin', and I was just a sittin' and looking out the winder when I saw what I saw scoot up that old oak tree. A possum was a scootin' and a scramblin' and a dangin'. That possum that was knocking made a fool of me. I hope you enjoyed that possum book. It's a fun story. Bye, friends.